is in place. The occasion today has two functions. One, prayer so that God takes the soul of our father, uncle, Elijah Aguto, to take the soul to his right-hand side. The second is for us to educate ourselves of who was Aguto, and that is the most important part. Of course, I think when the soul departed the body, it is not remaining, God is not waiting to hear what we are going to say about him. The soul, God took the soul right away from the time the soul left the body. It's not hanging here any longer. But traditionally we think that the say it's still around, which is good. We've heard of who Agany was. Aguto, Elijah Aguto, we've heard who he was, what he was. He was a great person. And it's important for those who didn't know him to hear it from today. Those who never met him before, and those who were children, and I think everybody has a pride to do what he or she would be remembered in the future. There's nobody who will want to do something bad for him or her to be criticized, and for the children to hear that their father and their mother was a bad person. So all of us want to, what can we do so that we are remembered? What good can we do so that we are remembered? And our children and grandchildren will be remembered in the future. I think we have heard good things that Uncle Elijah Aguto did. He was a great man. And I'm here, of course. Elijah Agany was a Major General in the army and died as a Major General, a senior member of the movement of the SPDF, and therefore I'm here representing also the Commander-in-Chief. My own capacity as the advisor, I'm here representing the President here. And then we are honoring him. On behalf of the President, we honored him and thank him for all that he did during the War of Liberation. He contributed a lot, contributed wealth, and allowed his children to join the movement. And he too stood behind the movement also. In the 90s, when they were displaced, and they came to displaced persons camps in the AAA area, and they were at the border, and our people used to go and sell the oil in Uganda so that they buy things that are not provided for by the NGOs. And people were worried, especially the soldiers who were there. They thought these people are going to take people to Uganda. All of us were worried. And I called them and said, why do you want to go to Uganda? Why do you go to Uganda? Do you want to go to Uganda for refuge? They said no. Well, we are not leaving you. We cannot abandon you if you have not yet abandoned the movement. Why we go to Uganda, we go and sell the the oil so that we buy items that are not provided given to us by the welfare program or other organizations. You will go to Uganda when you, at the time you abandon the war and you go to Uganda, that is the time we are going to follow you. It is their stay in the displaced person that actually reinforced the movement. If they were to go, those in Bangalore and those in the AAA area, Mogali, Nimuli, Tepe, Ashwa, Loboni, Natinga, if they were to go, then the movement would have collapsed. Its effect, you need to know. Some people think that the displaced people did not play a role. That's why we survived. And Uncle Elijah was one of the leaders, the elders, who made sure that people remain inside South Sudan so far we are continuing fighting the war. Uncle Agany, Elijah Agany, as mentioned before, he had wealth. And that wealth, he did not hope it from anybody. He made it himself. His start was little, and he was in Mangala here when he was a veterinary assistant. He used to buy cows at the time when people were displaced by the floods in Bor area. People came here with a lot of cows. And the cows that were sick, he used to buy them. Some people will say, Gang, this cow is dead. Please, we only buy the hide from this cow. Give me money for the hide and take the cow. So he was buying it, treating it, and it is from there he made wealth cows and became a cowneer. And with that, those cows he was able to buy more cows and marrying women, marrying girls. This is how it built up. Now, Agany, something that was not mentioned, he loved the cattle more even than his children. Why? In fact, he intended to keep the children to look after his house. And this Dr. Aguto was not Elijah Agany that sent him to school. Who took care of him and made sure that he goes to school was Kuol Aguto was the one that made sure that Aguto goes to school. Only, but in the war, in 1987, I ordered that all the children who are in my zone, within my zone, the then Central Southern Sudan Zonal Command, that these children, they go to school in Kanyuru. And all the children, most of the children went. That's the time these children now had to go. I forced him actually to bring because the cattle were in a lab. And we're fighting the war within our zone. And I sent orders for all the cattle of war that were in lab to come back to war. And Uncle Agany was resisting. He said, my cows are going to die. I sent a force to go and bring him back to the zone. And the cows were brought. He was very bitter with me, very angry. But I insisted. But at the end of the day, when he learned that his children were going to school and they become educated, again we became friends. I knew something he didn't know. That is our relation, but he was a friend to my father. but I made sure also he plays a role in the liberation struggle. In 1990, we opened a school in Isoke. And I sent him with other elders to Isoke Political School. This is where they got trained and it was commissioned. He was a friend to Dr. John. He was also a friend to Comrade Salva. Intimate friends. So that is all about Elijah. The son and the daughters of Uncle Elijah Agany Aguto, you have heard who your father was, because maybe you didn't know, you have learned from here now. So it's up to you. You want to do something for who you remember for life, or you want to go a different way, it's up to you. But we have heard. Another person who is here must have to do something for which he or she will be remembered. The nation needs building. What we need at this particular time is very short, is peace. We as people of South Sudan, we must live in peace. And with what we do with the peace, we have to produce our own food. Because you eat in order to live. Ini jam papir, ini cepir bacam. Ini dirun teri pir. Na cikan ento. Kita kuar itu. We're fighting for the land. We got the land. What do we do with the land? Yang buru ini pin. Buru den nanti buru pin. So, American insecurity. Insecurity. You have to talk in him. There we go. There. Around to man, you buy it. No, around the told me you would buy, which and better buy. But you know, these are the but Tembu, Dorato. By tea, buy. And insecurity, get a Kingapur. I got value to Dorato. A gent on the bed. I was Sudan, long on the Gwendid. You can't buy that. We got a good two. You got a good. So many way unity and hard work so that we develop our economy, which I'm going to boom. Baby, I don't need poison, I don't walk. I don't go down with Africans. I've got a good long economy. One will not be told. Go now, you go in poisons and walk. You walk the good. So, you find out, you must have to work. Keep it back, or away, our culture. So, jail, watch people of South Sudan. So, why South Sudan is in Juba? Why South Sudan is in Board? Why South Sudan is in Teach? Why South Sudan is in Kuol? In Moro? In Agogo? Board? It's a board. Very good. And out of the map, they go to board. If you board, the other one is Nuba, Antoke Ugandan, Antoke Zandu, the Jangpandi, Kapan board. Now, don't you want to know? You are Juba. Go to Relay, but we go away. When they got South Sudan, South Sudan, South Sudan, South Sudan, so what where South Sudan, in Juba, in Kuol, in Manyang, in Juuk, in Newly, be proud of being South Sudanese, not being a tribe. Tribes have done to vanish civilization, modernization of now our women. I was sure that very in the internet, in Cuba, also borrow a tree or two, to then go. Now you tell me, but I didn't know. Kabala, where by the tea, no, they feel about you are too bad. I don't know. So we didn't find you. So go to the way. You know, I think I it's okay. But anyway, what you do, in fact, every time I go to America, Canada, Australia, I don't know that what to do. Every who are very attractive. I think if I'm dead, young men, school at all, and I keep it up. And I had to maintain the Cuba. Oh, I'm very South Sudan. We came down. We got in the drink. Grant you love that. Now, people like it. It's home, like it. It's good. So, the issue we want to take, where one, it's good. It's what you do. I got a hooking, there's a big picture. Where one, hey. Now you know that. I'm not walking into that. Okay. Thank you.